Game 3 of the 1903 World Series, the first one at Huntington Avenue Baseball Grounds in Boston. Boston Americans and Pittsburgh Pirates coming into this tied at 1 game each. After the Boston win in Game 2, the attendance at Game 3 doubled the attendance of the previous one. The crowd was in overflow as the fences and benches were blocked by fans. Police were brought in to control the crowd, and there was only 50 feet behind home plate, so this place was absolutely packed for this game. Due to the overflow crowd, ground rules had to be established for balls hit into the outfield and into the crowd, so any hit that disappeared into that crowd was ruled a double. So we're playing under some strange circumstances here. The pitching matchup for the day was Pittsburgh's Deacon Philippi, starting his second game of the series, and long Tom Hughes for the Red Sox. Americans. The scoring started in the Pittsburgh half of the second when Claude Ritchie hit a ground rule double. Jimmy Sebring took a walk, and catcher Ed Phelps followed with yet another ground rule double to make the score Pittsburgh 1, Boston 0. Oh, they managed to get most of him on the baseball card. That's good. The Pittsburgh half of the third inning was pretty wild. After a walk to Ginger Beaumont, a ground rule double by Fred Clark, and an RBI single by Tommy Leach, the score was 2-0 Pittsburgh, and Boston manager Jimmy Collins decided to give Tom Hughes the hook. Brought in to replace Hughes was Cy Young, who was supposedly still in his street clothes, so Collins had to argue with the umpires for a little bit to buy him some time to change. Young started off his appearance by hitting Hannes Wagner with a pitch to load the bases, but then he got a pop-up in a fielder's choice at home plate for 2 outs. But he didn't get out of the inning unscathed, not quite, as another run scored on an error by Boston shortstop Freddie Parent. A 4th run was prevented when Hannes Wagner was tagged out at home plate to end the inning. It's now Pittsburgh 3, Boston 0. Boston gets a run in the 4th inning after Jimmy Collins singles and Chick Stahl walked. The runners moved up out of fielder's choice, and then Freddie Parent with a sacrifice fly brought home the first Boston run, Pittsburgh 3, Boston 1. There were no hits from the 5th to the 7th inning, but Pittsburgh increased its lead in the 8th inning 4-1 after a Hannes Wagner ground rule double, an error by Cy Young that allowed Kitty Bransfield to reach first, and an RBI single by Claude Ritchie. Boston fought back in their half of the 8th when Jimmy Collins hit a ground rule double, another one, and Chick Stahl drove him in with a single to make the score Pittsburgh 4, Boston 2, but that was all the runs Boston was going to get. Pittsburgh took Game 3, 4-2. Deacon Philippi with a command performance, 4 hits, 2 runs, only 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. But with the overflow crowd affecting play, 7 ground rule doubles, 3 fielding errors. It made for a pretty sloppy and overall low-scoring game. 7 ground rule doubles, wow. Just wait till we get to Pittsburgh, though. Just wait. So the Pittsburgh Pirates take the lead in the series 2-1, heading into Game 4 for the first game in Pittsburgh.